All right. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, whichever time zone you're listening in. It's Saturday, the 11th of February, 2023, and we are your hosts, Jason Scott
and David Reagan.
Welcome to Paranormal 411.
Hey, if you're looking to find us, you could do that at paranormal411.org, Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms. Join us.
Yes. Join us.
Join us.
Hey,
What's up, everybody?
hello. Thank you for joining us whenever you can. And, yo.
What's up?
What's up, Roger?
How you doing, Roger?
Tonight we got a pretty good show lined up for y'all. We're going to talk about some paranormal evidence. I mean, there's a lot of evidence in the paranormal world.
Yes. Yeah, we was kind of talking about that today.
Yes, and just wondering why scientists still think, it's something different. I mean, we got all this evidence. It's good evidence. It shows stuff.
Stuff happening that can't be explained for sure. Not by conventional means, right?
And we may show some of that on video here from our studio.
Right here. You see it? It says paranormal.
Paranormal.
Hey,
wait a minute. We have breaking news live from David Reagan.
What's our breaking news?
The UFOs.
Oh, well, it is kind of funny. It came across this thing right here. I actually did get told, and I'll have to look it up because I have not. This got told to us, 5 minutes ago, maybe?
Yeah, it's hearsay right now.
So, but we were told that a UFO was shot down supposedly over Alaska yesterday. And just sometime today, one was shot down over Canada. Now, that's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Roger says he's just chilling. So, I don't know. That is some breaking news as far as that goes because, if it's true or not. If it's true, I mean...
It may be. I mean, who's to say it's not? Who's to say it is, but the people that seen it.
Right. I'd probably trust them before I would our government anyway. But I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Before we get started, we got to go to get tuned in a little bit with David Reagan.
Oh, well, thank you, Jason.
He's tuning us in.
I'm going to tune you in, everybody. So, we've been kind of going over the laws of attraction and everything, and you can find these. I post these up on Facebook and also up on our website at paranormal411.org. So tonight we're going to be talking about how does the law of attraction work in practice, right? How do you apply it to your life? So, everything is made of energy. Our bodies, our thoughts, trees, cars, buildings, money, everything. Just everything has its own energy. Now, the law of attraction shows that like attracts like, right? That's what we talked about on the last big show that we did. So therefore, when you match your energy to the energy of what you desire, you will attract what it is that you're wanting, right? So now you say, how can I do it? Right? And then I say, oh, it's simple. You think about it, you feel it, you smell it, you touch it, taste it, right? You use your senses on it. But then you're like, well, if it was that simple, we would all have everything we desire. But we don't. So why is that? Well, remember, the most important thing is to be aware of your thoughts. Now, they can help manifestation, but they can also prevent it from happening. So during the day, many of us think and have a lot of internal conversations on how we don't deserve what we have, or we're not worthy of this, and stuff like that. And a lot of these are internal conversations that we don't even realize that we have. Yeah. It's just, they're there, right? So, I say, let's sit down for about 5 or 10 minutes a day. Visualize and feel your desired object. Don't spend your day having thoughts that may contradict what it is that you're trying to manifest into your life. Another thing to consider is to trust that the universe is working on your behalf. To, let go of the outcome. So don't sit there and constantly just think about it, right? If you're too eager to attract what you want, you may send out to the universe that you lack that object. So remember, like we were saying earlier, and we've said before, like attracts like. So if you attract the lack of that object instead of the thing itself, then that's what you're going to get. So to avoid this, ask yourself, how would I feel if I already had blank in my life, right? Then you stick those feelings as if you have already received them. This way the universe hears, I already have it. Then you'll start attracting those things into your life.
All right.
So that's how we can do that. I have a few quotes for us tonight because, why not, right?
Why not? Say what's up to Colin over in the Facebook.
Hello, Colin.
Chat. And Roger's over there, Mr. Roger Dodger.
So a few quotes. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand. Bob Proctor.
Procter and Gamble.
Procter and Gamble. I like that one. And this last one is really good. I attract to my life whatever I give my attention to. Energy on and focus. So whether it is positive or negative. And that's Michael Lester. And that's very true. So whatever it is you give your attention to, positive or negative, is what you're going to attract.
Yep.
So that's what I have for you tonight on Tuned In with Dave Reagan.
Tuned in. We got tuned up.
You got tuned up. Remember, I do have these posted on our Facebook page and also on our website.
Also, remember, we have a book you can get on Amazon. It's just a few stories about here, local, some personal, some not. But it's on Amazon, and you can
5-star rated.
Oh yes, 5-star rated. It's East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore. You can look it up by the title, by name, Jason Scott or David Reagan.
Yeah, it's a really good book.
Yes,
really is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm part of it. 5-star rating says it.
So, but before we get started tonight, we're going to take a quick little break to hear from some of our peeps.
Yep.
And remember, your hosts are Jason and David, and you're listening to Paranormal 411.
Woo. We'll be back after this quick break.
Yes, we will.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria, and I listen to Paranormal 411. Love y'all and keep it squatchy.
In a world on the edge of oblivion, go to paranormal411.org for all of your paranormal, extraterrestrial, and cryptid needs.
Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Paranormal 411. Join us on the website at paranormal411.org. It's free to sign up and become a member. All of our upcoming shows are on the guest and events page. You can also listen to past shows on the website as well. And if you like the show and want to support us, you can do that by becoming a premium member for only $2 a month. Thanks for listening to Paranormal 411. Join us.
This is Jeff Reagan of the band Catalyst. Visit Paranormal 411. Click on our link on the right-hand side to listen to or purchase any of our albums on BandLab.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria in Madisonville, Tennessee. Cool little pizza shop with a paranormal and cryptid theme. Just voted best pizza in Monroe County. Follow us on Facebook at Legends and Lore Pizzeria to get the latest updates on hours, specials, and new menu items.
I see it in your eyes. The sad look on your face, the one you can't disguise. But go ahead if you wanna try it. Just don't pretend you don't know why. 'Cause I can see the truth buried beneath your lies. I know what you've done. This cannot be undone now. We'll never be the same. Don't wanna lie to me. You couldn't help yourself. It happened so quickly. Indeed. Oh, and now you say you're sorry that you never wanted to hurt me. Where you can live with yourself alone long after I leave.
All right, we are back.
All right.
Trying to get these volumes corrected.
Yep.
If
Thanks, Eddie, for helping us out with that.
oh yeah,
Tell us if we sounded a little bit better now. That would be definitely helpful too.
hey Roger, how's it sounding over on Facebook?
Yeah. So, excuse me as I get our next commercials ready.
Anyway, tonight we're going to be talking about guess what? Some paranormal stuff.
My favorite.
Roger says it's great.
Okay. Great on Facebook.
Okay,
So then it's a Spreaker thing then maybe.
maybe. So, David, what do you think is that you know of the best evidence for spirits and hauntings?
Man, I mean, we get show after show after show. I mean, anybody that's probably even listening to this podcast right now, can go on YouTube, which we're going to do here in a little bit, and we're going to live stream it with you guys and talk about some stuff. Now, these videos we will be talking about are not our own, but we're just going to be talking about some of the stuff that's happening in these videos. Anybody that's on Spreaker or anything else listening to us, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So you can go to our Facebook and YouTube and watch these live, and you can see my made for radio face.
Yeah.
Woo. But and then the numerous shows that are out there, right, Jason? I mean, just pick a name out of a hat and you can find a million shows on about any channel now.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say the majority of them, I'm stopping there, but I would say, a lot of them from time to time will have some pretty awesome activity that happens. You'll see things that come in front of cameras that are just completely unexplainable. Voices that answer questions that are asked.
But you got to realize this is all about ratings when this happens on these shows.
Right.
It's production.
It is. Well, I mean, and that's why I say I think most of the time those shows you can trust them. I don't think all the time. And I say that because like what you just said, Finding Bigfoot, Bobo and them, they have their own podcast. And I'm a big fan, but they talked, see, Roger talked about Slap Ham and stuff, but, they talk about their first season and all the fights that they had with their production crew, with them wanting to fake things because nothing happened on a shoot. Nothing. Yeah. And that they wanted to fake this or just fake a little bit of this just to get, something in there. And they're like, no, we're going to make this real. But I don't think a lot of people do that.
Right.
And I think because of the ratings and the money, people will tend to allow things to happen, even if it's minor, for ratings, because it's, it's a network. A network wants to boost their ratings. And so, I think that the possibility is there. I think if you make friends with your local, ghost, people that go out and do these ghost investigations, go to their Facebook pages and websites and stuff like that. They're not going to be as apt to doing stuff like that.
Right.
But like we're going to show here in a minute, a lot of these videos are people doing mundane things, just in the process of doing something else, or it's closed caption TV.
Yeah.
Just sitting there doing what closed caption TV does, right? And it catches things. Now, when stuff like that happens, you can't say, okay, this wasn't planned for. Is that what you're kind of talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with you 100% on that stuff.
I was watching one show, what was it, the name of it? That one show you told me about.
Oh, Devil's Perch, the Ghost of Devil's Perch.
But it wasn't Devil's Perch. It was
one of the other
first ones.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 other ones before, and I think
it was the first one where, what was his name?
I forgot, but it wasn't because Devil's Perch was the last set, but the other two had different teams at them.
Yeah. Well, this one, they were reviewing some video, and you probably are going to know what it is when I tell you. It's in front of some doors, French doors.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually, I believe, scared them to death.
Well,
That's some natural reaction.
What they caught was something, right? I mean, that person just...
If I would have seen that, I would have said, "Oh my!" Just like they was acting, they didn't know what to do.
Right? Yeah.
And that was a real translucent being walking.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, it was just unreal.
Yeah. And and that's the thing is like, Jason, I've got a picture. Jason's seen it.
Oh yeah.
And, it's also in the book. So buy the book, you get the picture. And the story that goes along with the picture and everything that happened before the picture. Right?
Yes.
But that picture, I can vouch 100% that it's authentic, and that I came home from work that day and took about 50 more pictures just to make sure. Because I'll be the first one to say, you got to test it to make sure.
Right.
You got to test it. And if you're not willing to test it and to test every avenue and everything, then you're not doing only yourself a disservice, but if you're at a place that's asking you to be there, you're doing them a disservice.
Right. That's why I like residential.
Yes.
Because it's helping somebody. It's not going to a known place. It's supposed to be so haunted. And
yeah,
because you can go to these places all day long, and I know not every one of them is going to scare you every day, every hour, anytime you go.
Nope. So you may pay $300 to go see something, to go investigate, and then nothing happens.
Raja, calm down.
Woo, Raja. But Roger says, 97% fake. I mean, I think that there's a lot of stuff that happens.
Yeah, that's why I like watching the videos on YouTube, because it could be people taking the videos, or it could be the security cameras.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and on stuff like that, I think that you have the reactions of people who are seeing it. Right? So like if it's you or I just going around and videotaping something like, well, I was here doing this, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden the door goes wham, and there's no one else in the place. And you go, nope, I'm gone. And you run out the door. I'm sorry, but I'm going to more than likely say, yeah, I think this guy just got his scared off, you know? Than if they were doing it for clickbait. So, I don't know.
What do you guys think out there in the chat rooms? Do you think 97%?
Yeah, says just to get the views. That's what Roger says. Well, I think I think that views, likes, shares, and money rule when it comes to a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's just not the paranormal ghost thing. It's the Bigfoot thing. It's all of it.
All of it, yeah.
And
all of it.
How can you just hike up on a location, find a Bigfoot track?
Right.
A Bigfoot track.
One.
And
5,000 acres and I find one track. No. He climbed the tree.
Well, okay.
But now if it goes out into the middle of a just empty spot.
Ow.
It's one track.
My feelings would be his brethren came back and got him in a little UFO.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I know
don't.
it's just all these, and there's a lot of people doing it. I know me and David, since we've been doing this in 2012, it's just grew so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Back then, you know, there was very few of
It wasn't
us.
a lot of people.
No. Not a lot of people listening either.
No,
That's grown for sure.
but it has become about, you know, the money and
It has,
people
yeah.
making their living doing this stuff. And
Right.
It's not just for fun anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's absolute. That's the truth.
Do you agree?
I do agree.
I mean, I hate to say it, but people are doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Well, you know, you should do it because you love it. And if money comes because you love it. But you're doing it for the right reasons because you love it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you're maintaining the same thing that started you in to getting the money. You maintain that the whole way. You know, you don't go, how do I say this without alienating people? Buying supposedly haunted places, marketing them as haunted places just to make money, and then make TV series out of those haunted places just so you can make money.
Yeah, I mean,
I think there's a
if you
lot.
really wanted to help unhaunt it, let these people spirits go home.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, we've had some people on the show before that has been to some places. I think they were psychics. I'm trying to remember. I think it was like a couple of years ago. And they said that the problem they had with going to some of these haunted places that were definitely haunted is that they were told specifically they are not to get rid of any spirits or show them the light or do anything else. Or even give them the option. Not even try to help these people because they're making their money off of this place being haunted.
I can see that.
But you know, it's funny too. Speaking of manifestation, I have watched a show and I wish I remembered the name of it. And the specific episode too, because it was a series. And the specific episode, but they went to go into this house that was purportedly haunted. And they wanted to test a theory. So what they did is that they created, days before they went there, they created this whole scenario. It was going to be a lady that lost her dog, her kid or something like that. About her age. She was going to answer mostly by knocking and doing certain things. I mean, they laid out this whole plan of what was going to happen before they even got there. Then they took like a whole day to think on it, on all this stuff that they wrote down. When they went to the site, they started getting a lady's name when they was talking on the EVP. And it was a lady's name they said way before they even got there. Now, none of these people are psychic. But everything that they wrote down, exactly why she was haunting it because of this and all the other stuff, it all came through the devices. And what they come to a conclusion, and I think that it's possible, that we could cause places to be haunted and we could write the script. Yeah. Because you can manifest things that don't even exist to come into life. And to put that into perspective, look at Slender Man. This big story about Slender Man, all this other stuff. And now all of a sudden, bam, people are actually seeing him, having all these sightings of Slender Man, all this other stuff. But we can see when he was a concept, when he was written about, and everything, who did it, the whole 9 yards. And then all of a sudden, now it has been manifest, and people actually see this being.
Mm.
And so I think that some of this paranormal stuff, and I won't say all of it because I believe in the paranormal. You know, I've seen it my whole life. And I sure as heck at 3 years old wasn't manifesting it. But, you know, but I think that sometimes we could want something so much that we bring it to us.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, I definitely think you can manifest things. Your brain is a powerful organ. It can do a lot of things we can't understand.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And but I do believe, you know, in manifestation. And but to get the names and stuff, that's really something right there.
I'll find the episode and I'll text it to you and let you watch it, Jason. It will blow you away. It'll blow you away, because when I did, I actually rewatched the episode because I was just like, there's just no way.
Boom.
Yeah, it was one of those moments. And it was, you could tell it was the same for them, the investigators, because they're like, this completely rewrites what we're thinking, because you come into a place as an investigator with the people telling you, well, this is what we've heard, this is what's going on, this is all these things. Well, have they manifested that by constantly thinking about it while they were there? Or is this something that's real? Is the manifestation real? You know, it's like it's pretty crazy.
2 girls stabbed a friend over Slender Man.
They did. They killed her.
Wow.
Yeah. They said Slender Man told them to kill her. Yeah. That actually made the news. They went to prison, if I'm not mistaken, for it, for murder. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. For me, it's, I think that, you know, as far as the paranormal goes, and we're talking mostly on the paranormal show tonight, we're going to mostly talk about ghost paranormal. We're not going to be talking about UFOs or, you know, any other of the paranormal. We're going to try to stick really to ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. But I think that you can manifest this stuff to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And bring it upon yourself. So think good thoughts, everybody.
Yes. No bad thoughts.
No bad thoughts. None. Don't give it to yourself. I don't know. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. Do you want to show these people a video or anything? Or?
So, you've heard a lot about people going to, you know, driving through these Civil War sites.
Yes. Man, I tell you, we've got one just right down the road from us, and I want to try to do that sometime.
Yeah. I don't know if they let you go through there or not. I just don't. I mean, but you probably could see some stuff during the day too.
Well, I know we're not too far from another major battle site. That's not that far down the road. Probably what this is, Gettysburg.
Yeah, this is probably Gettysburg, but
and they do allow nighttime people to go out through there.
now this is somebody driving down the road in a dash cam.
Yeah.
And see if I can bring it up for you. Maybe a little tricky here for me to do.
Now remember, I want everybody to also remember that this is not our stuff.
Yeah, this is
not our stuff. We're just finding it, talking about it a little bit.
This was on the news in Australia.
Okay.
Okay. So let me bring it up.
Bye, everybody. You're not going to see me no more.
Can you hear us though? That's the big question.
I hope so. So there
Okay.
we go. Now here we go. That's freaky, man.
It is.
That's freaky. Look at that little kid. That's freaky. I'm sorry, everybody that's on Spreaker that's not getting to see this. These videos.
Yeah. So we will. You see that?
That's crazy. And the kid noticed something's going on because you see the baby jumped up like, what the heck, you know?
Uh-oh. We'll stop right there with those and talk about them.
Yeah.
Get back over here. There we are.
What's up, everybody? So that one from Gettysburg, crazy.
That was 2 or 3 ghosts there rushing out.
Yeah. Off of those cannon lines.
And you know it's residual.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just reenacting things. The energy that's been left there is just acting up.
Right. You know, and that's the thing is that a lot of people don't, I can't say a lot, but it's pretty well known, I guess, nowadays because there's 1.5 million shows. But, you know, residual energy is left there, right? And it plays like a movie. Just whether you're there, not there, it doesn't matter, right? It's the whole proverb of if a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, does it make a sound, right? These things just play. Just play. Whether you're there or not there, witness it, don't witness it. It doesn't care because it's not cognizant of you. And a lot of investigators believe that comes from the energy that's left from all the stuff that happened there, right? So this was a major battle. So you had people dying, you know, people were scared for their life. Maybe there was hatred for the other side, but all these emotions and everything imprinted itself upon the land. And those things play. I mean, there's 1 million stories in there, Jason, of people talking about, seeing nighttime patrols with lanterns of 10, 12, 15 men or so going through the woods. And you could see each individual person and the ones that are even holding the lanterns up. There's been people in Gettysburg and places like that have, you know, heard men say fire and then hear cannon shots going off.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And not even be around it. And then, you know, a lot of people think, oh, well, it's only these battlegrounds. It's not just the battlegrounds. You take Gettysburg, there's multiple of those buildings that were used as hospitals and as all kinds of other things. And they have the same things going on there too. So, you know, you could be walking around in the city and see some crazy stuff happen and not even be on the battleground itself.
Yeah.
I want to go though. I really do. And we need to find out sometime if we could go to Chickamauga at nighttime. Because, I mean, we're just an hour away.
Yeah, it's not that far.
And I think what would be the best time to go is try to go around the anniversary date of when the battle actually happened.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about seeing stuff down there and hearing gunshots and stuff. Roger says he's on his computer and he's seen the full screen.
Woo! That's awesome. Did you hear us at the same time, Roger? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, good. Look at that. Heck yeah, man. Well, this is turning out to be a really good thing going to video then, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I see you got us another video captured up there. But, you know, before we do that, though, we did also see the baby.
Oh, yeah, the baby.
And that spirit go across the room.
Now, if that was just a baby cam,
Yeah.
I don't see somebody who messing with that video to.
And I don't see it being hoaxed in any way, like you was just saying. I just don't see it. I'll tell you something that happened here at the house just last week.
On the chicken cam?
It wasn't on the chicken cam. We will get you the chicken cam sometime.
Hey, we need to do that.
Go to the chicken cam. You can go watch the chickens in there sleeping in the roost.
Watch them lay some eggs.
That's it. But no, so last week, and I think it was like Friday night. It might have been Saturday. Me and the wife was upstairs watching TV, and I looked down at baby dog sleeping because she just sleeps in some funky positions sometimes, and she just looks so peaceful, right? So I'm sitting there looking at her, and all of a sudden I see an orb. Now, I'm a big debunker of orbs. Jason will tell you. I don't hardly believe in orbs. But it was about the size of the end of my thumb, right? Red as a Coca-Cola lid, bright, come out of the wall right there by where baby dog was sleeping. I mean, it came right by her head. Woke baby dog up. Now, this is while I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her. This red orb comes like out of the wall, right by her face. She wakes up and sees it. She jumps up out of bed, runs to the other side of the bed, because, you know, it's a bed that's this freaking big for a dog that's this big. But she runs to the other side of the bed. This orb goes and then disappears. And she's sitting there like, I jump up and I'm like, I tell the wife, I'm like, did you see that? And she's like, what? I'm like, it was an orb. It's this red dot just went across. The baby dog was sitting there forever. Like, she never went back on that side of the bed either.
Yeah. I had almost an experience like that, but I debunked it.
Did you?
After a lot of lost breath and and nervousness.
He's like,
It was the little light on the smoke detector.
oh. Yeah. I had something like that. You know, that house that I've been going and investigating for the last couple of weeks. I happened to look, and on the wall, I saw this red light go onto the side of this wall, and I'm like, the heck is that? And I run over there. They had something plugged in on the other side, and it was shining across onto the wall on the other side. And I was like, ah, man, didn't get it. Roger says, yeah, chicks on camera. We're going to get it.
Yeah, we're going to get you them chicks on camera.
Might be able to get them to cock-a-doodle-doo while we're doing it. I don't know. You'll definitely see them sleeping up there on the perch. So you going to go to a quick break?
Yeah, we'll go to a quick break, and then we'll come back. We'll look at this other video.
All right. I do want to thank Jeff Reagan and the band Catalyst for allowing us to use their music. I also want to thank John Sieber, because at the beginning, when we play that song and then that on that intro part, John Sieber allows us to use some of his music too. He's on Spotify, YouTube, and his channel is called In Spirals, and we want to thank him for allowing us to use his music also. Like Jason said a little bit ago, we do have a book. You can find it on Amazon. You can search for East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore. Yeah, look at that. It's a pretty book. It's really pretty. And it's big letters. Each letter is about that big. So you could literally put it across the room and read it. It is a pretty good book though. And if you're looking to find us, you can do that at paranormal411.org. You can also find us at Paranormal411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
And we are also on all of your favorite podcast platforms. So definitely check us out. Rate us good, please. Rate us good. Your host, Jason, David, Paranormal 411. Having a camera is kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
You can use fingers and toes and everything. We'll be back right after this quick break. Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Paranormal411. Join us on the website at paranormal411.org. It's free to sign up and become a member. All of our upcoming shows are on the guest and events page. You can also listen to past shows on the website as well. And if you like the show and want to support us, you can do that by becoming a premium member for only $2 a month. Thanks for listening to Paranormal 411. Join us.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria in Madisonville, Tennessee. Cool little pizza shop with a paranormal and cryptid theme. Just voted best pizza in Monroe County. Follow us on Facebook at Legends and Lore Pizzeria to get the latest updates on hours, specials, and new menu items.
This is Jeff Reagan of the band Catalyst. Visit Paranormal 411. Click on our link on the right-hand side to listen to or purchase any of our albums on BandLab. In a world on the edge of oblivion, go to paranormal411.org for all of your paranormal, extraterrestrial, and cryptid needs.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria, and I listen to Paranormal 411. Love y'all and keep it squatchy.
All right, we're back after that short, quick little break.
Well, was that not awesome? That was a good break.
Roger, so we look good on that 65-inch TV?
Woo! What's up, Raj?
Hey, we do want to thank Eddie at Legends and Lore Pizzeria also.
Yes, thank you, Eddie. I was there today. Good pizza.
Oh, you was?
Actually, great pizza. Yeah, he's got a new pizza coming out next week, everybody.
Mm.
And I'm not going to tell you. Well, you know what? I don't know. He didn't tell me. You know what? It's called the Rougarou.
Rougarou.
It's good. We got to try a small one today.
Must be nice.
You got to go there more often than once a year.
I can't.
You
get
live like
away.
3 miles away.
I'm sleepy. Jeff, Reagan, looking good, guys, looking good. Well, thank you, Jeff. Hey, for those of you who just tuned in, We are talking about some paranormal evidence, the good and the bad,
Yes. And the ugly.
and the ugly.
uh,
So keep in mind that if you've had a paranormal experience and would like to let us know, you can email us at info@paranormal411.org, or you can call in here on the show and we'll be glad to listen to it.
yeah, absolutely. I love, the paranormal. Oh, hell, that's what we do, right, Jason?
I think that's what we do. Paranormal. Anyway, I got another video here. If you want to look at it real quick, you got anything before we do?
No, I'm still trying to get, I've got some complications going here for some reason.
Yeah, I'll wait then so you can watch this too.
I don't know. I don't think I'm fixing the complications right now for some reason. It's just being complicated.
Anyway, earlier we was talking about, I think that the evidence that we have now that people have caught is plenty of evidence for proof.
I think that there's enough evidence for the paranormal, and we're talking ghosts, right? Spirits, that kind of paranormal tonight. I think that there's enough evidence against it or for it. I mean, that if it was in any other field,
yeah, it would.
Bigfoot, it doesn't matter. UFOs, if there was this much evidence, they would already be like, okay, drop the mic, right? Walk off stage, exit stage left. I mean, there's way too much of it.
Yeah.
Like we was talking about these cameras that catch stuff that's there. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that most people are like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I think now, then, the investigators are to tune in to, not collecting it to prove it,
Right.
but to collect it to better the way they do it and maybe understand it more.
Right.
I mean, why are they still here?
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think, anything scientifically, once you know something's there and can pretty much prove it, which I think there's enough proof when it comes to EVP work, video work, and all across the gambit of things. And now it's trying to get answers. Why?
Right.
Why? So I think you're right with that. I think it is. We as investigators and stuff should now be asking the question, why are you here? Are you here of your own because you want to be here? Are you here because something made you be here? I mean.
Yeah, and where can you go other than here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you pop in and out? Do
you have all the dimensions at your disposal?
That's what I would try to go for if I knew that I was in a place that was paranormally active.
Yeah.
And was not residual, but
Yeah.
I would be asking those kind of questions, I think.
Yeah. I think an intelligent haunting would do that, right?
Yeah.
I really do. And why wouldn't we try to get those answers? That would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Make a lot of sense to me. Hey, I got it fixed over here, so if you want to play that, then
Okay, well, let me get this video chalk lined out here.
you get that lined out. I've actually got fixed, so I'm feeling better now.
We'll go to full screen for Rajo. And let's look and see what happens. There's a cat. We know that.
What's up, kitty?
Let's see what happens. Oh, did you see that?
I did. Cat's like,
There it comes back up.
Now, what I think is funny about this video is you obviously see something that's there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there it is. You see it.
That's a child walking.
You see it. But the cat doesn't react to it at all.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The cat did not react to it at all. When you go back and you see it from the beginning, right here.
What's his cat's eyes?
Yeah, he blinks. Look, he continues to stare the way he's staring.
Well,
And I'm not saying that that's against the video. I'm just
Right.
saying that a lot of times most animals are, pretty savvy as far as seeing and feeling and knowing that things are there. So then that makes me think that more than likely that might be what we was just talking about, maybe a residual haunting.
right.
And so, the cat's not reacting to it because the cat probably sees that 50 times a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's just my commentary on it. But I think that's crazy. Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go.
Look at that. That's what happens.
Let me find my.
Where's the thing? It's the
There
thing.
it is.
It's right there.
So, hey everybody, we're
What's
back.
up? We're back.
That was a pretty good one too. What do you think?
Well, I think that, again, is more evidence, like you was talking about, for the fact that these video cameras catch things that no one's there hoaxing it. It's just there,
Right.
and I think that that's more proof that something's there. I mean, there's something on the other side of this life. What do you guys think, Jeff, Roger, all of our other people's listening, people on Facebooks and YouTubes, and Eddie over here on the live chat room? I know Eddie has had a lot of investigations and stuff and has caught all kinds of stuff. So as far as he's concerned, it's real. I believe it's real. I know Jason's going to find us another video, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm looking.
Are you? So, another thing with this, trying to think of this and I'm being proper. I'm trying to be nice.
The best way to burn fat and get in shape. It's not keto.
Sorry about that.
It's not keto, just to let you know. I'm going to say that for anybody out there that's interested in doing things like this, try to seek out a local investigation group and see if you could tag along with them. And get familiar with techniques, with the equipment, how the equipment's used, and learn how to be proper with this stuff. I think you could learn some of the equipment, things like that. Watching all these shows, I think you can. I mean, someone's got to start somewhere. But, I would say if you're really, really interested in this field, to me, the next logical step would be to get into your area, find a group, and become part of it. You know, if 5-6 months down the road, you just decide, hey, this ain't for me or whatever it is, and that's cool. You know, there's no harm, no foul. But I would say do that because, you know, getting to a point where you would be willing to hoax stuff to be able to, you know, have where you tell someone something's happening. You know, I was talking to Eddie today from Legends and Lore Pizzeria, and I'm telling you, if you like pizza, you ain't gonna find it anywhere any better, or the ingredients. But you know, we was talking today, and he was talking about he's been on a couple of investigations where people were hoaxing. So he said that he was on one where a lady called them in because she was having like coins hitting walls and all kinds of stuff. Well, she didn't really know how a lot of the equipment worked. And they had night vision cameras. And so it's completely dark. She's sitting over in a sofa. And all of a sudden, now someone's outside watching the cameras, right? And so then the rest of the team's inside doing what they're doing. Well, the lady takes a handful of coins. You could see she takes a handful of coins and she starts throwing coins and hitting walls with it. You can see it with the IR cameras. And then the excuse was, well, I didn't want you to come out here for nothing because nothing was going on. Well, you just messed it up because now you host it, you know?
Right.
If you do have something going on, understand that sometimes, no, I'm going to revise that right now. Understand that things may happen to you a lot while you're there, but not always when someone comes to investigate is things going to happen.
Right.
So with that being said, never hoax, because then you completely discredit, from that point on, you completely discredit anything. And definitely that group will never come back because they can't say that you're not trying to do, you know, what they just caught you doing.
Right.
So, you know, if you have something that goes on, you know, you may have to go 10, 12 times before you ever find anything. One piece of evidence. One. I've never seen a place, ever seen a place that was constantly active. Except for the place I grew up in Odessa, Texas. That place was
Night and day.
Yeah.
24/7.
I would say 24/7. But I would say this. I would say when the lights went out and the people went to sleep, something else woke up. And it was very often. And I wouldn't say it was like was just saying 24/7 or nothing, but I don't think any place ever is. And we've been told even, and I won't even go through names or nothing like that, but we've been told about places, even with people that's come on this show, that were, oh, you could walk in there any time of the day or night and stuff, and ghosts will actually talk to you and everything else, and it doesn't matter. It's always happening. I visited the place. No.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people that told us that they went there and it was very haunted and everything else. And it may be, but I don't think that any place is haunted 24/7. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But that's one thing that you don't get from these TV shows. That's one thing you don't get from a lot of stuff like that, because they will only take, when they condense down all the video that they shoot, they only are going to show you when something happens. And they can make it look like it happened on one night,
Right.
even if it was a week-long investigation. So, just take that in mind. And I'm not downing anybody or anything. I'm just saying that, the possibility of catching something just by walking in a door is rare. Don't you think?
Yep.
It's rare.
Rare.
And
Rare.
And then you get like what we're showing, these pieces of evidence that these people have, and they've caught on CCTV and stuff like that. And then that adds up. You got another one for us?
Yeah, I will play this one.
Okay.
May play 2 or 3 before I get it off, but
What?
tell me, what do you think?
Look at it dissipate. But what I think is crazy is, do you see how it's following it?
Yeah.
The camera was following it.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it. Well, this is a Nest security camera. Sorry, everybody, but I haven't seen these either, so I'm watching these with you. I haven't seen nothing, have you?
No, didn't see
I
that.
didn't see. Oh, I saw something there.
Yeah.
Someone just walked right through that. Did you see that?
So the little girl in a dress.
That's crazy. There's a Ring doorbell.
Now, where'd he go?
What was crazy is he even cast a shadow. See, look at that. That's what you see a lot of.
Yeah. Shadow people.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I find those things like that really fascinating too. Just as fascinating as the guy just disappearing that actually even had a shadow. That's fascinating.
Let's look at that again.
Which one? This one? Look at this. I mean, he's casting a shadow.
Look.
And then freaking disappears. So he's either a predator and he's cloaking, or he's a ghost.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. I'm sorry, but that's just fascinating. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, that. No, does that make sense? Would it do that?
no.
Why? What did it do that?
I've
Unless it
got
was-
security cameras here at the house, and there's no way. There's no way. I mean, on night vision, it's going to see everything.
Right.
No person ain't going to just walk into nothingness unless he got beamed up Scotty or something right there. I mean, that's fascinating because it was solid because you saw it cast a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just went. And it was like from the head down, he started like dissipating.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like that video. That one was pretty badass. You're gonna have to find us some more, Jason. But you know, that goes to tell you though, you know, when you see these kinds of things, it's hard to say, oh, this doesn't exist. You know?
Yeah.
Don't you believe that? I mean, it to me, it's just, you can't just say, no, that doesn't exist. That's a hoax or that's a whatever. You just saw someone's Ring doorbell and someone disappear off of it.
Let's look at this next one.
Okay.
This one, I think, yeah.
What is that?
That's a dog.
That's a dog, yeah. It's a dog laying down. I hope that ain't what. That's a cat. I didn't see nothing.
No, but they
I missed
both.
Started looking at something, but
Yeah.
we didn't pre-screen these videos, so sorry, everybody. We're watching them fresh with you. That's creepy.
That is.
That's creepy. That's creepy because you could tell that definitely is not the person taking the picture because their head's behind that flash that's going on.
Yep.
That's creepy. Okay, so that's some of the kind of things right there that you see on those battlefields and stuff. Just these spirits just kind of walking across and stuff like that. That's neat. And we're to the end of it again, aren't we? Not really, but they're going to show ads anyway.
Roger wants to go back to the dog and the cat.
You can go back to the dog? Okay, hold on.
He says in the door.
The door.
We'll look at it.
Okay. All right. In the doorway. Which doorway?
Guess this, right?
I don't know.
Oh,
the door opens. Gotcha. The door opens. Woo, yeah. Okay, gotcha. And the dog with the cat are like, what the heck?
I don't guess you've had too many Budweisers. You seen that?
Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking it was the dog at first because that's what I was seeing on the floor, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't even looking at the dang door. That's funny. What time is it, Jason? It's almost time for another break.
It is.
You know what it is? It's water time.
9:26.
So you want to go take our final break? Then come back and talk?
Yeah, we can. Take us a quick break and come back and
Again,
head towards the down.
All right. So this is going to be our final break. Remember, we are live on Spreaker. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube right now. What's up, everybody in YouTube and Facebook? And remember, we do have a book on Amazon. It's East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore. It's a great coffee table book, right, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
And if you'd like to find us, you can do that at paranormal411.org. You could also find us on Paranormal 411 on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And we're also on all of your favorite podcast platforms. So remember, join us.
Yes, join us.
Join us. And your hosts are Jason Scott, David Reagan. You're listening to Paranormal 411, and we'll be back right after this quick break.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria, and I listen to Paranormal 401. Love y'all and keep it squatchy.
In a world on the edge of oblivion, go to paranormal411.org for all of your paranormal, extraterrestrial, and cryptid needs. This is Jeff Reagan of the band Catalyst. Visit Paranormal 411. Click on our link on the right-hand side to listen to or purchase any of our albums on BandLab.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria in Madisonville, Tennessee. Cool little pizza shop with a paranormal and cryptid theme. Just voted best pizza in Monroe County. Follow us on Facebook at Legends and Lore Pizzeria to get the latest updates and hours, specials, and new menu items.
Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Paranormal411. Join us on the website at paranormal411.org. It's free to sign up and become a member. All of our upcoming shows are on the guest and events page. You can also listen to past shows on the website as well. And if you like the show and want to support us, you can do that by becoming a premium member for only $2 a month. Thanks for listening to Paranormal 411. Join us.
I travel down this long and winding road. It takes me further from my home. Where it leads me, I may never know. My only purpose is to roam. Never knowing what the day may bring. Less traveled is the road I'm on. Maybe one day I will change my ways. Till then they call me vagabond. I know you never really understand this war, the wages in my soul. Though I may still be here for today, tomorrow wheels are gonna roll. So don't shed a single tear for me. When with the morning I am gone, I'll hold you close in loving memories. Please know you'll never be alone. To whom it may
Woo!
We are back.
To whom it may concern.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Catalyst. I'll still say they're awesome. I want to thank them for allowing us to use their music because they're awesome. wouldn't think Jeff for coming on for a minute or so there. This is his weekend. So him and his wife got married during this time, so they're on there, you know. So,
Okay.
want to say thanks for taking a few minutes to jump on during
Yes,
that
thank you.
special time.
Thank all of you guys. Thank you, Roger.
Roger, what's up, man?
And, Colin.
Yes. Woohoo! And everybody that showed up on the Paranormal 411 live chat room. Thank you. You know, I think that you know, Facebook and the YouTube might be the future.
The future.
The future. I don't know. We'll see. Right? We'll see. So we're talking about the paranormal.
Yes.
We've shown a few videos. We've kind of talked about the videos. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I mean, still today you have people like we was talking about earlier that says it can't exist.
Can't exist.
Can't exist.
You know what bothers me about can't? I was always told can't never could do anything. You know, I mean, seriously though, the problem I have with can't exist is look at just the stuff we've showed tonight. I've got personal experiences from the time I was 3 on up. I've got personal experiences. You've got some personal experiences.
Yes.
And I would care to bet, if I was a betting man, I would think that probably a very big percentage of the population
I know where you're going with this.
has had something happen to them.
No, that ain't where I thought you might be going.
Where'd you think I was going?
For the reason that it can't exist,
Mm-hmm.
is that how can this coexist with, you know, the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
religion?
Mm-hmm. But you know what's funny is that,
We don't want to get into all that religion and stuff,
no, but you know,
but I'm sure it raises question to the
yeah.
religious person.
Well, you know, and it could, and that's fine. And I think that if they search, they could find the answers to those questions, without it having to be demons.
Right.
And their own Bible has it in there. There's a witch that an apostle goes to try to get her to speak to another apostle that's dead to get some answers. Well, how can they do that if they're dead and spirits don't exist?
Right.
So, I mean, as far as that is concerned, I just think that the majority of people, I will say more than 50% of the people of the population has had something happen to them that they couldn't explain.
Mm-hmm.
And whether they want to try to blow it off or do whatever, they've had the experience, or they don't even want to talk about it, but they know they've had that experience. And that drives them to watch shows like ours, shows that like are on TV, right? But they do it in secret and they don't tell nobody about it because they don't want to be weird. And I just believe that we're starting to burst through that bubble of all this paranormal stuff being weird, you know, being able to talk about UFOs because our government's actually bringing it up now, you know, And the same thing in the paranormal field, right? I think when TAPS came along on Sci-Fi and became one of the really first shows that showed people debunking things and looking for spirits and stuff, I think that started a revolution in these fields.
Yeah.
I really do. What do you think?
Yeah, they came in with all this new equipment and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
scientific equipment.
Yeah. And tried to make it a scientific thing, right?
Right.
Which I don't think they were the first in their field to do, but they were the first really filmed
Yeah.
doing it.
That,
Mainstream.
right. To let everybody else know what they were doing.
Yes. And to show that there is people out there that's trying to do it as scientific as you can, and also try to debunk as much of it as you can. So I do.
I mean, you've got the pictures, the photographs,
Yep. EVPs.
EVPs,
Yes.
personal experiences,
Mm-hmm.
but you still got skeptics.
Right. I think those are the same skeptics that wouldn't believe their grandmother farted if they heard her fart. You know what I mean? I mean, I think there's such thing as healthy skepticism, but there's some, just like everything, there's a far left and a far right, right? And I think that you could be way too skeptic too.
Mm-hmm.
To the point that you don't even believe you're breathing. I mean, you could be overly skeptic. And so being a healthy skeptic, and I know we both are. I mean, I know that, we'll look at things and try to debunk something way before we'll say, oh, look, did you hear that? I saw a demon pop up out of the toilet or something, I mean,
Yeah.
I just think that skepticism has its place for sure. It does, but you could also overdo it.
Yes.
Way overdo it. I know you have something there that you're going to talk about.
It was just a story about some evidence that, people still do not believe.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. It was a photo with a ghost in it, and it was taken in 1996. A man named Ike Clanton, dressed in a cowboy outfit, and had a friend take a picture of him at Boot Hill Graveyard in Tombstone, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Later, after looking at the photograph, he noticed that a man who was not present at the time of the photo was taken was in the background of the picture. And Clanton later attempted to recreate the photo with a buddy of his and learned that it was impossible to recreate the picture without having the legs visible.
So see, they even tried to debunk it before they said, oh, look at this evidence that we've got.
Yeah, and also when taking a photograph, people will sometimes discover, that person that's in this photograph is not with us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
But it's still evidence.
Like we said from the beginning of the show, I think we have a lot of evidence that's out there, be it video, audio, and I'm inclined to believe some psychics.
Oh yeah.
And here's people who could talk to the dead, listen to them and talk to them, right? So they're clairaudient and visual or whatever it's called.
Whoopi Goldberg.
That's it. You know, you can get to come inside of you. But you know, some of these people can answer questions, tell you about things that they shouldn't have no idea of what it is. And I think that kind of thing should be thrown up as evidence. If it can be shown to be evidence. Now, I think that there is a huge field of people that are very good at reading body cues, body language, and things like that can guess their way into a lot of things too.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a man, sounds like an older man. His name starts with the B. Bob, Brandon. You know, I'm sorry. And then they're looking at you like, if they make a little word, oh yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm. It was Butch. You know,
it's just like some of those TV evangelists.
Yes.
That get up and not to get off topic, but there's someone out there that's sick. You have a tumor. Yeah, I'd say there is.
Millions of them.
Millions of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get information without people realizing it.
Yes. Yeah, it's easy. And there's people who are adapt again to audio visual clues and stuff. And you give away more than you think you do in those situations.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think that it's easily hoaxed. But when it comes down to apples and apples, a true psychic, you can get detailed information that you can't get from this person that's over here, you know, that can't even come up with the dang name until 20 minutes later when they've gone through all the B's of Bob's.
Yeah.
You know.
I like the way the one show did it. What was his name? It was on one of those Devil's Perch or Ghost of Morganton. But he worked with those, he was on that, the Files show.
Oh, that was Devil's Perch, because that was Dave Schrader, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dave Schrader.
Yeah.
Well, his team had.
That was the Ghost of Devil's Perch. That's a good show, everybody. Just let you know. That season, if you have not watched it, you need to smack yourself and go watch it, because it was really good. Wasn't it, Jason?
Yeah. I like the way they did their investigations, because he wouldn't bring the medium in at all, wouldn't let her know nothing about it until they went in and checked it all out. And then he would bring her in and she would tell him what was going on.
Yep. She would confirm what it is that he was already told and kind of already knew.
Right.
And then sometimes she would even fill in some of the blanks.
Yeah.
And then they would go off. What was cool about that show is that they'd go off and they would do separate investigations almost. Dave Schrader would go do his investigation. I think her name is Cindy Kaza or something like that. She was the psychic. She would kind of do her own little investigation. She'd go somewhere else. And then that other guy, I forgot his name. He's badass, though. He created every single instrument that they used during that show and stuff. He created it. He's got a Facebook page, and he shows people how he does a lot of that stuff, too. Dang it, I wish I remembered his name. But he would go and use his equipment and go do his own investigation. And then they would go and talk to the lady that they had, that the historical lady for that county. The show's really cool. If you've never watched it, it's Ghost of Devil's Perch. And it's definitely worth it. Roger is asking what my phone number is. Are you asking what my phone number is, Roger?
Hey, if you want to call in, it's Dave's number.
Yeah, just call in my number if you want to call, because I didn't open the phone lines tonight. I didn't plan on having any callers. But if you want to call in, Raj, you could call. Call my number. I'm not going to give it out on for millions of people to listen to. Oh, the show's number. I don't have it started, Raj. I can.
Just call David's number.
Yeah, if you want to call my number, and you can be on the show. The show's number. I never brought up the show's call-in lines tonight because I didn't plan on having callers. But I guess I should have, shouldn't I, Jason? It's my fault. But call me if you want to, and you could still be on the show, Raj. But anyway, we was talking about Devil's Perch, and Jason's right though. The way that they did the investigation was smooth. It was smooth. It was the way. Oh, for the people. I'm sorry, Raj. The call-in line is actually 978-547-7575. I did not start it tonight, but it does have a inbox. And so if you have a story you want to tell us, that's the second time tonight my phone has fallen off this table. That's weird.
It's a little poltergeist in here.
Got something trying to break my brand new phone's what it is. But yeah, the phone number is 978-547-7575. And we don't have that line open tonight, but it does have to where you can leave messages for us. So if you have, like Jason said earlier, if you have a story you want to tell us, and it doesn't matter what it is, because we cover it all. So if it's a Bigfoot story, if it's a UFO or alien abduction story, or any kind of paranormal story, whatever it is, definitely call that number and leave us a message and tell us if you want us to play your message, or if you want us to get a hold of you, leave us how to get a hold of you, and maybe we could have you on the show. But the number again is 978-547-7575. That's the show's number. Thank you, Roger. But what was you saying? What you was getting to something before I kind of took it away from you, wasn't you?
I don't even remember.
Was talking about how you liked how he would bring her in after.
Yeah, it's just what I'd like how they did that, so it wouldn't, that helps people believe.
Right. You could tell she wasn't contaminated by the evidence. She stayed outside, had nothing to do with being told what was going on, nothing. It's pretty cool. And they did some pretty cool investigations there too. I mean, they had a lot of stuff that happened. It was a really good show. And I hope they have a season 2 on it.
Yeah. If
enough people listen or watch it, they probably may have a season 2. I'm just saying. No guarantees. Roger says he moved it. What'd you move, Raj?
Your phone.
Oh. You probably did, didn't you? You're like, I told you your number. If anybody's listening to this, though, and you're on Facebook, YouTube, or on one of our other chat rooms that's going on, you could text us with something if you want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
We're up for that. Jason doesn't have Murphy Pennington. Oh, what's up, Murphy? Thank you. But no, I just think that these shows are a good thing to watch. Don't think that everything that happens is instantaneously and always happens. And it always happens like that when you go in for an investigation of a place, because it doesn't. And, you know, even a place that's purportedly very haunted, you could go into it 10 times and maybe one time have something happen.
Yeah.
You know, and that one time you could have a lot of stuff that happens, and then you may only have one or two things that happens. You know, so for people who like this field or like, you know, talking about all this stuff and watching it, listening to it, interacting with it. Again, if you're really, really interested in it, I say go find a group that's in your area and see if you could go on an investigation or two with them. I think it'd be an awesome thing to do. And if you're in our area, Eddie has a group, Legends and Lore Pizza, and I would say check them out.
Yep.
Because they do quite a bit. Eddie's got a lot of equipment. He probably has enough equipment to equip 10 teams of people. That's no joke.
I want him to break out that flare drone.
I know, right? We're going to go. Oh, I haven't showed you the videos he sent me, have I?
No.
After the show tonight, I'll show you some videos. So, he sent me some videos at his house this week, maybe Friday. He opened up his door because there were whoops and howls coming from out there. And I'm not talking dog or anything else. It was Sasquatch from heck. And these were, I mean, classic whoops and howls coming off his property. And he sent me a couple of videos. And I'm like, oh.
They're coming for him.
Well, what's funny is that you could hear them, and then all of a sudden there's dogs in the area, and they start going nuts, barking and everything else after it. It's definitely something. And he's got that drone. He says he hasn't even had time to even take it and start trying to fly it or nothing.
Mm.
So,
Well,
that's what happens when you own your own business. So you don't have time for nothing. You do not.
we want to thank everybody for listening and watching.
Yep. Thanks for showing up. Thanks, Raj, and everybody else that shows up on Facebook, on YouTube Live. Thanks. And definitely hit the like button, the share button. And hey, subscribe. Become part of Paranormal 411. Become part of the family. And we're always posting stuff and everything. And even on the website, paranormal411.org. Sign up, become a member. It's free. It doesn't cost a dime, does it, Jason?
Nope.
Not unless you want to.
It's totally free.
If you want to become a premium member, then you can. You can find us also on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Paranormal 411. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do remember again that we do have a book out it's called East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore. Jason's got it right there. Look at that. That's it. East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore. That's a nice little coffee table book. And it's got a couple of personal experiences of Jason and mine's, and some stories about the area. I think there's an Oak Ridge UFO story in there, and a few other good stories. So I would say definitely check it out. And I want to thank each and every one of you for listening and watching this live stream. We're going to say goodnight.
Good night.
Good
We'll
night.
be back next week.
We'll be back, and sometime during the week we'll let you know what next week's going to be about.
Oh, yeah.
Good night, everybody. Have a good weekend, and good Valentine's Day. Isn't Valentine's Day coming up?
It is.
It's just a few days away, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like next week sometime. So have a good Valentine's Day. Jason, say it. I'm your biggest fan.
I'm your biggest fan.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Paranormal411. Join us on the website at paranormal411.org. It's free to sign up and become a member. All of our upcoming shows are on the guest and events page. You can also listen to past shows on the website as well. And if you like the show and want to support us, you can do that by becoming a premium member for only $2 a month. Thanks for listening to Paranormal 411. Join us.